Hello, welcome or welcome back to 310 Stitcher, my Flosstube channel where I, Jade, like to talk about all my crafty things. Mostly that is cross stitch. Sometimes that's also knitting and crochet. I don't have any of that today. I just have a little bit of stitching. So like I said, welcome or welcome back. I'm glad you're here. I really appreciate everyone joining me and supporting my channel. It's been an honor. It's been a great it has been an absolutely great community that we've built here, so I'm grateful to all of you. Hey, Editing Jade here. I just have a quick interruption, and that is I'm going to start this video by talking about the retreat, the Gathering Thread retreat, and then I'll follow that up with my whips, and I'll follow that up with my new starts, and then a request for you guys for just to give me advice. So I will have timestamps down below in case you're not interested in the retreat talk, which I don't know why you wouldn't be, but anyways, if you'd like, I will have timestamps below, and so you feel free to jump forwards or backwards as you like. Anyhow, all right, so I have a few things to talk about. I have retreat talk, I have whips, and I have new starts. So it may be a shorter than normal video, which is fine. Theoretically, I should have waited until next week to film because I only filmed a week ago, but I had such incredible news with regards to the retreat that I just absolutely could not wait to come and share that with you guys. So let's talk about the retreat first. So for those of you who are not aware, I host a stitchy retreat, a crafting retreat, actually, should we say, in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. And like I said, it is a crafting retreat, not just stitching. So I would say that the majority of the people there last year, the majority were cross stitchers, but I think about 2/3 of the room also did some kind of yarn art. So either knitting or crochet. We even had somebody doing bookbinding and English paper piecing and sewing. So I wanted to bring a community together of people who do crafts. Just stitching related retreats are a lot of fun, but the problem is that leaves people out. All right, so people want to, I know I had a friend who doesn't cross stitch, but she knits, and she wanted to attend. So anyway, so the retreat is in August. So it is the weekend of August 14th to 16th, 2026. And so it starts 8 a.m. on Friday morning, goes until 11 p.m., 8 a.m. on Saturday till 11 p.m., and then 8 a.m. Sunday until noon, 1 o'clock. So those are the times. You can check out the website, which is www.thegatheringthreadretreat.ca. I'll put the link down below, so just to make it a little bit easier. I didn't tell you, the retreat is called the Gathering Thread. And yeah, so lots of stuff happening. So there is still a room available. I can't guarantee for how long, but there is still room available if you're interested. Like I said, check out the website. You can register from the website. And yeah, so I have some crazy exciting news, and which is why I just had to come and share, just in case you don't have Facebook, because I did post this on Facebook already, but not everybody is there. So I reached out to the wonderful Nora Corbett of Mirabilia and the Nora Fancy Ladies. She's done others as well, but those are the big ones. And she has agreed to come to our retreat. So it's incredible. I'm so grateful. So Nora Corbett will be at our retreat. I know I posted this on Facebook and I kept getting people saying, yeah, she's your future designer, but she's not going to be there, right? And I said, yes, she is, live and in person. So there will be, she'll give us a little presentation, talk to us about her method, or the method to her madness, I guess. Talk about her designing career path, and hopefully she'll bring some of her portfolio as well, so we can check things out. We'll also have a meet and greet, so everybody will have, about a minute to to meet with her, guaranteed. And then I'm sure she's going to be in the room and whatnot, but it's going to be absolutely amazing. So I'm so excited. Like I said, there is still a room available, so, and who knows for how long, but you've been warned. Okay, so a few other things about the retreat. So the brag table. So we will have a brag table. You're welcome to bring any of your finishes to the brag table, whether that's knitting, crochet, cross-stitching, sewing, quilting. I don't care. It's all amazing. I love seeing it all, and everybody, I'm sure all of you feel the same way. It's just I just love seeing, what everybody puts their time and effort into, and it's just like so amazing. I know last year the brag table, I added several things to my to start pile, one of which we're going to talk about today, because I haven't started it yet. So there will definitely be a brag table. Actually, I have to come back to Nora for a sec, but there will be a sorry, speaking too quickly. There will be a brag table. You can bring anything, small, smalls, full coverage, non-full coverage, fancy ladies, bring them all. I will have a brag table available for us all. So make sure you label everything with your name and the main details, right? So put the pattern name, the information on your fabric, and the designer, who the designer is, so that we can all go and scope things out afterwards. Going back to Nora for a second, the other exciting news is she has agreed to produce an exclusive pattern for us. So that will be my gift to all the attendees, is an exclusive pattern from Nora, and I cannot wait to see what that is going to be. She hasn't started yet, obviously, because I just have had these discussions in the past few days with her. So, but I am excited about that. So yes, that will be my gift to all the attendees, will be an exclusive pattern from Nora. I wanted to talk about the hotel. So there is a block rate for the hotel in case you need a hotel and you haven't booked it yet. The block rate is $165 Canadian per night, and they're holding that until July 1st. So you've been warned. After July 1st, it goes to whatever their daily rate is, which will be more than $165. So just wanted to give everybody that information. With regards to food, so we last year, which was our first retreat, we provided dinner on Friday night. What I did not know, the hotel did not tell me in advance, is that the hotel's restaurant is closed on Saturday at lunchtime. I think they open for dinner, but they're closed at lunch. So here's a question for you guys. I still have to, I'm still in discussions, or while the food doesn't get sorted out until a few months from now, but I would like to hear from you guys what you would prefer. Would you prefer that we still maintain dinner on Friday night, or would you prefer a lunch on Saturday so you don't have to leave the hotel? Because the restaurant is open for dinner both Friday and Saturday, just not for lunch. So let me know what your preference is. I'm happy to hear what people would prefer. Also, I will this year what I will do is, as we get closer to the time for the retreat, I'll put together a pamphlet which will have, some local restaurants and fast food places and whatnot, so that you can check it out. In case you don't want to eat, in the hotel restaurant, you want to just nip out for something quick, I'll have something for you. And for those of you who are not from Ottawa. Okay, so there will also be a smalls exchange. So I've had some questions about the smalls exchange. I will also send this information out by email, but I wanted to let's just talk about it here since we're here. I'm just going to grab my notes to make sure that I haven't forgotten. So, because this is a multi-crafting retreat, the smalls can be anything. They can be whatever you desire to make and share with the other people in the retreat. So it can be knitting, it could be cross-stitched, it could be sewn, it could be crocheted, whatever you would like to do. So something small, like put it in basically this is just an exchange. So those of you who would like to participate, you provide a gift and you get one in return. They're all going to be on a table and it's going to be completely random. Okay, so it'll be completely random. What we will do is so this will take place at 11 a.m. on the Saturday, the 15th. So the Saturday morning, you'll bring your gifts in, put them on the smalls exchange table. And then what we'll do is at 11 o'clock, we will call just table numbers randomly. So that way it's not like a big everybody hovering. And we'll do it in an organized fashion. So if you've participated, you've brought a gift, I will call the tables and you get to go up and pick a gift from all the ones on the table. So about the gifts, like I said, they can be any finished item that you would like to make. Put it in a small gift bag, label it, put your name inside, so that, because when people get their gifts, they like to go and personally thank the creator of that item. So make sure you put your information in the bag. If you want to put your table number as well, you can do that as well, so that you can so people can come and thank you for the item. So put it in a small gift bag. You can include extras if you like. So just make it, a maximum of $10 US or $12 Canadian. Okay, something small. Some people like to put in goodies. Some people like to put in a few extras. You're welcome to do that. Just don't make it super huge. Like I said, limited to 10 US or 12 Canadian. No, please don't include any big allergens like peanuts, tree nuts, or sesame seeds, because some people do have extreme sensitivities to those things. So if you can exclude those things, that would be awesome. Yes, so this will be, like I said, at 11 o'clock on the Saturday. And I will make sure this time that the smalls exchange table is going to be far away from the brag table or the freebie table. So speaking of the freebie table, in case you haven't been to a retreat before, there will be a table where if you have patterns or fabric or floss or anything like that that you don't, you're not going to use, or maybe you've finished a pattern and you want to just pass it on, please go ahead and do that. So you can bring them to the retreat, put them on the freebie table, and then everyone is welcome to go through and pick what they like. And we had all kinds of things, even stickers and beads. There was a huge bucket of beads last year that someone brought. So yeah, so there will be a freebie table, as I said. You don't have to bring something to take something for the freebie table. Okay, that's just a free-for-all. The one thing with the freebie table, please, it would be really helpful if at the end of the retreat, if you could just double check the freebie table and see whether any of the items that you brought are still there and just take them back with you. That would be really great. Otherwise we have to deal with them, and it's we don't have I have a limited I will have a limited amount of time to clean up and whatnot. Okay, so that's the small. So we talked about the smalls exchange. We talked about the freebie table. We talked about Nora. Let's talk about the vendors. So there will be there will be some awesome vendors at the retreat, and I just want to pull up the list because I don't want to miss anybody. So just bear with me for 1 second, please. Actually, I'll just open it up on my computer. That will be easier because it's already there. Okay, so many of the vendors were there last year, and we will have some new vendors as well. So we will have Brennan Needle. So Brennan Needle comes from the East Coast of Canada, and they will have, last year they had, in addition to their hand-dyed fabrics and hand-dyed flosses, which are absolutely amazing, they also had some other, miscellaneous supplies like the big round hoops and whatnot, a few other things, but amazing hand-dyed fabric and floss. Textured Treasures is another. So Karen from Textured Treasures and her husband as well will be there. She has some absolutely incredible patterns, and so diverse. What I love about Textured Treasures is that they have some very different things. I can't even describe. I don't have a pattern here to show you, close enough to show you, but they have some incredible patterns. They also tend to bring sulky threads, sulky thread pecks. I'm sure they had others as well. I can't recall right at this minute, but they had some really amazing patterns, and they had samples there as well that you could look at. Absolutely incredible. Tiny Modernist. So Tiny Modernist, Cheryl was our featured designer last year. She gave us a little talk and talked to us about her journey in design. She was also a vendor, and she's going to be a vendor again. So of course, just as a reminder, Tiny Modernist has some amazing patterns. It was just incredible. And she designed our, she designed an exclusive pattern for our group last year. Speaking of that, so it's called Gather and Stitch. So speaking of that, we still have leftover patterns of that. So what I will do is I will bring them and I will have them available for purchase. And Brennan Needle last year provided the floss for that pattern, and she has a lot of extras. So I will check with Patty and Cheryl from Brennan Needle to make sure that they have the flosses available as well. Okay, so that's Tiny Modernist. Next we have Stitch Toolbox so that is Anna Collado. Stitch Toolbox has a variety of things. So they have patterns, they have bags, so both knitting bags and cross stitch bags. I bought several from her last year. They were absolutely amazing. She also designed a pattern for the retreat last year as well. What was it called? It had Gathering. It had the name of the retreat in it as well, and I should have brought it out. I'm so sorry, Anna. I will bring it out next time and show you guys. But yes, so she will be there again. We're so happy for that. Next, we have Kelly Gillis Designs. So Kelly has a whole bunch of she has patterns. She has, wait, did she have patterns? Yes, she did. She had the do I have it here? Oh, no, I gave it to my daughter at Christmas time. I forgot, sorry. She had a whole bunch of little patterns. Actually, I should have one more, not sure. She had a whole bunch of like start to cross stitch kits that were like fairly small. So if you watched my Flosstubes or my Flossmas videos, the first 2 days I did. So the first day I did an axolotl, which was from Kelly, and the second day I did a polar bear. They were awesome. So they're ornaments, and I gave those away to my daughter and my mother-in-law, and they both loved them. So amazing fabric, all kinds of fabric, from the hand-dyed stuff to just packaged. This is from her as well, fat quarters and whatnot. So lots of, oh, do I have it? Yes, I do. Things, miscellaneous things like needle minders and I believe this is from Kelly. This is a needle minder. So I'm going to apologize because Kelly Gillis and Canadian Stitchery, who's Mary Vallis, their tables were side by side, and I may be getting confused. One of them had fabric, the other one did not. But they both had things like this. So I'm just looking to see others, if I have any others. No, but I do have, 1 second. Okay, I just wanted to grab a few things. So from Kelly Gillis, so needle minders and things. And then Canadian Stitchery. So like I said, either Kelly or Mary. So Kelly Gillis or Canadian Stitchery also had fabric. But they had different things, but they had things like this. This was from Canadian Stitchery. So it's a, Oh my God, my brain is, just had a brain fart. Yeah, one of these that you can use for counting and whatnot. But also, this is, it's a magnet on top. So I thought that was very cool. So I bought a couple of those. And then, you know, other ones like that. Okay, so that is those two. Then we have my Paradox printables. My Paradox printables. So this is Caitlin. Caitlin is my daughter. And by the way, she started cross stitching. I'm so excited, and she's been really into it. So I'm super excited about it. But anyway, so Caitlin has 3D printed items. So she will have 3D printed, she'll have things like 3D printed yarn bowls, floss straps or bobbins, floss bobbins. She had like boxes that you could cross stitch the top of. Oh, what else? Dragons and toys, all kinds of things. They're very, very cool. Where is, oh, it's in my living room. Otherwise I would show you the, yeah, it's in my living room. Otherwise I would show you the dragon yarn bowl. Editing Jade here again. I wanted to grab a couple of things just so that I can actually show you some examples. So the yarn bowl that I was just talking to you about is this. This is one of them. This, by the way, is the yarn that I purchased last year at the retreat from Red Brick Yarn. So you'll hear about them in just a moment. I have to get back to this. This is DK weight, so it's a heavy pair of socks that I want for either bedtime or when I'm curling. Anyway, so there's space for your scissors or your crochet hook or your knitting needles, pen, pencil, whatever you want to put in there. This is normally how I keep mine. But anyway, so I wanted to show you that. And then also she has, these were quite popular as well. They were dragons. So she has 3D printed dragons. They all move. Beautiful. That's one. Here's another one. So anyway, and then she has floss drops. So all kinds of different floss drops. The ones I really like that she's doing, and unfortunately I don't have any here right at this minute. The ones I really like from her that she's doing are thread bobbins that you can use as floss drops as well or as bobbins, but they also have the DMC number on them, like ingrained into it in a different color, so it's nice and easy to see. So anyway, so she'll have those available as well. If you want to pre-order anything, then shoot me a message and I'll put you in contact with her. But yeah, so that's it. Back to your regularly scheduled program. This is another, so this is something she made for me. So it looks like, so it's a dragon egg. I use it for arts and also for my tablet pencil. So she'll have all kinds of stuff like that. Textured Treasures, by the way, also had miscellaneous things. So I purchased this from her for traveling. So it came with some of the stuff I put in there myself. Some things came in with it, but purchased this. It came with a needle minder and some counting pins, some, what do you call these things? Scissor fob. That's it. Anyway, so that was also from Texture Treasures. Okay, let's go through all the ones that are the same from last year, and then I'll go over the new ones at the end, because those are also very exciting. So next up we have yarn. So if you're interested in hand-dyed yarn, we will have a red brick knitwear there again. So this is Laura. She had some amazing, beautiful, I started a pair of socks. I'm not sure. Ever since I cleaned up this room, I can't find anything. Yeah, anyways, she has some amazing hand-dyed yarn, so she will be there as well. Last year, unfortunately, she could only be there for the one day, but this year, I believe she will be there the whole weekend, so that's awesome. Also, we had last year, and she will be here again, so another Laura. This is Laura from Enchanting Lair. She's a designer as well, and she dyes fabric. She designs patterns. She had some amazing fabrics. She set Caitlin up with some hand-dyed Ada to do her first pattern on, which is from Texture Treasures. It's a Celtic knot, and I got several pieces of fabric from her as well. She has some amazing things and amazing patterns as well. Like a lot of, also she had quite a few like Celtic ladies, and she had some fancy ladies, and her fabric was just absolutely unreal, out of this world. So super excited to have Laura back as well. Okay, so those are the ones that are repeats from last year. Now we also have a few others. So we have Style. Oh shoot, what's the name of their company? I forgot to write it down in my thing. Just bear with me for 1 second. So we will have a vendor who does stitching stands, and I fixed this, but it doesn't show up. Hold on 1 sec. So they will have stands available. The company name is Fabriksto, Fabriksto, and you can check them out at stitchingstands.com. The email is in, or the the website address is on the website. I'll put all the vendors in the description box below as well. So they will have stands. So that's exciting. And we have a Karen from Rocky Mountain Needle Minders. I have one of hers. Actually, I have a few of hers. This was one we got at Stitch North. And then I have beautiful, beautiful hummingbird. And I have a dragon from her too somewhere. The dragon is probably on a whip, so I don't have it here to show you, but she has some absolutely amazing needle minders and other accessories. So that's exciting. I feel like I am missing someone. I'll come back to her. Yeah, I am missing okay, I'll come back to her in just a second because I'm blanking on the name of her company. I don't know why. Okay, so the next new one is the sewing shop. So this is Kaylee 10 Stitch. She has a Flosstube. She has a shop where she does hand-dyed flosses and fabrics. So she will be there as well. And she also has patterns. I believe most of them are full coverage, but maybe not. But she also has project bags, amazing project bags. So so she will be there. And there is one more that I'm still, the vendor reached out to me, but then has been silent. So I'm not going to say who they are, just in case they have decided to change their mind. And there is a possibility that the local yarn shop that is, I think, the biggest yarn shop in Canada is called Wool Time. And there is a possibility that they will be there as well. They sponsored us last year and provided some absolutely incredible door prizes last year. So both knitting related or crochet related, so yarny related and cross stitch related. So that was incredible. So we may have them as well. Okay, sorry. And there is one more vendor that is confirmed as well. She was there last year. I just couldn't remember the name of her company. So this is Quilting by Design. This is Debbie McFarlane. And she has just incredible accessories. I think she had some patterns as well, but she had a lot of accessories. So things like this. So I'll show you a couple of things that I purchased just to give you an idea. So this is a seam ripper. It's got the little frog, right? Because if you're going to be frogging some, stitches, you might as well do it with a frog, right? And then things like this, which you can use. I bought several of these from her as well. These are just two of them. So you can use these for a couple of things. One is for knitting needles, right? To save your points. I've used these on, I have put two needles. So there's a hole at the top and the hole at the bottom. So I've actually used them for two. But also you can use them for your scissors as point protectors. So most of mine are on scissors. So yeah, things like that. She had so much stuff. But lots of fun things. So yeah, so that is Debbie from Quilting by Design. So those are all the vendors that are going to be there. Like I said, there may be one more. I just I don't want to promise because they haven't gotten back to me. So they may have just changed their minds, which is fine. Okay. There a couple of things I'm working on. So we will have some games that we'll play at various times throughout the weekend. If you have any fun games that you have played before and you would like to try out again, let me know. Just send me a quick email. My email is in the description box below, or a message on Facebook or whatever. So there will be games. There will be door prizes as well. So lots of door prizes. Some I've actually, believe it or not, I've already received some. And of course there will be a swag bag. But speaking of door prizes, I'm also accepting donations for door prizes. So if you are a maker or designer, whatever, and you would like to share some things with the Stitchy community, please let me know. Again, send me a message, send me an email. Email is probably the easiest way to reach me. But yeah, so wow, that was a lot of talk about the retreat. but I'm super excited. I am super excited. So we are, yeah, we surpassed last year's for sure. And we'll see. Like I said, there is still space available. Tell your friends. If you're a content creator, or if you have a Facebook or Instagram, it would be amazing if you could also share the info about the retreat, just to get the word out there. It would be amazing if we could sell out, and show Nora and all of our vendors some love. That would be fantastic. Okay, so that's it for the retreat. Let me okay, so let's talk about some stitching. So like I said, I don't have a ton of stitching, but I do have some. I have them all down here beside me, so I will pull them up randomly and we'll see. So I have 3 starts, and then I have a few whips. 4 whips and 3 new starts to show you. Okay, so the first one, I probably did the least amount of work. Oh, not quite, but really minimal. It's probably not even worth showing you this, but I will pop a picture in, okay? Or, well, hold on. This is Veil of Death. And she will look like that. When she's completed. So that is artwork by Chris Ortega. It was charted by Haid. I'm doing it on 25 count, 2/1 half cross. And I have that on a scroll frame. Where's my notes? So here she is. That's everything I've done to date. My last stitches have been in here. Sorry. Yeah, in here, and some of this section as well. Not many. So since last week, I only put in 104 stitches. So it's almost not even, like I said, it's not worth showing. I hit 17% though, so that's great. And I have 66,503 stitches in this. So I will be working on that this week. I did miss it. This week, I just haven't gotten, it's been such a crazy busy week. I've done a ton of stuff for the retreat, so that's been occupying my time, and then a few other things have been occupying my time, and I just haven't been able to do much stitching. Okay, so the next one is my 2 threads a day project. So I only worked on this one time since last week. And that is the Chronicles of Narnia. I'm not going to show you a full picture because it's, I think you'll get the idea from this. So there's a little bit more in here to go. I worked on this only one time, and I got 89 stitches in since the last time you saw this. I'm 84% of the stitching is done. 84% of the cross stitching is done. Then there's there's a whole bunch of names that are backstitched. So Pevensey, and then here's a picture. The printing is terrible. There we go. So you can see there's like branches in there, and there's some names. Pevensey I haven't put in, and this is what the bottom is going to look like when it is complete. So this project was from the Random Floss. This project is from the Stitching Book Club. It was their stitch along a couple of years ago, 2-3 years ago maybe. You can't get this anymore. They only had a limited number of licenses. But I want to get this finished. I just haven't been able to sit for an extended period of time, like just to be able to focus. It's just been a little bit here and there for the past few weeks. Well, actually, really since the beginning of the year, because I had a lot of traveling as well. So I really haven't gotten a whole lot of stitching done. Okay, so that's that. Let me check these off. So Narnia and Veil of Death. Okay. Okay, so the next one I would like to show you is called Dragons of the Sabbat. Sabbat. This is what it looks like when it's done. So as a reminder, so I started this April of 2024. And by the end, 2023, because 2023, I finished all of the corners, the black at all the corners. And then 2024, I did all the remaining blacks. There's more than 251,000 stitches in this. And then last year, I just did this blue dragon. And this year I would like to do 2 more dragons. I'm working on this one right now, and I'll probably just go this way, or I may just go this way so that I'm completing the whole thing top to bottom. I've also decided I'm going to work on these round bits as I'm going along. I may leave the center one for the very end. I'm not sure. So this is by Pain Free Crafts. The artwork is by Anne Stokes. So I'm not gonna take it out of the Q-snap. But since the last time you saw this, I put in 1,274 stitches. So there's the blue dragon. Can't see much except for his wing. And the stitching, since the last, so all of this stitching in there was done already. The 1,200 stitches that I did is all pretty much all this dark blue stuff. There's a little bit in here too, but mostly it was that. So 1,278 stitches. This whole piece is at 47.1%. Almost halfway, people. So I have 284,409 stitches complete in this. Haven't worked on this week yet. Actually, I haven't worked on any of my stitching this week yet. Not my focus pieces anyway. Okay, the next one. So that's when we start. Okay, the next one is a whip. This goes with my alphabet stitching. So you may recall I started with the letter A, and I started working through all of the projects that I have, all the whips that I have that started with the letter A. And the last time I saw you, I told you that I was up to the letter E. And I only have one project that started with the letter E, and that is Everyday Witch's Familiar Raven. That's what it will look like. When it is complete. So that one is by Unconventional X Stitch. The artwork is by Elizabeth Alba. Yeah, Unconventional X Stitch, Elizabeth Alba. And so I'm putting in, so as I'm going through, more floss. I don't know how that happens. as I'm going through these for my alphabet stitching, I'm putting in 500 stitches before I move on to the next project. And so with this, I put in 637 stitches. And that's where I am. So mostly it's in here, some in here, but I basically started going at the top. Like the colors just kind of, if you remember from the pictures, the colors kind of go in this direction for the sky. But what I started doing was just, you know, starting that first block, picking the first stitch that's not complete, and then working that all the way through till I finish, and then I go to the next color. So anyway, so that's 637 stitches. So this now has 2,401 stitches. I don't know what percentage that is. Does it matter? Let's just do it for the heck of it. 0.4%. And do you notice how little margin I have? That's because this fabric was sold to me as 28 count, but it's actually 25 count. So I didn't want to waste the fabric, so I still used it, but you know, you can see I have very little margin. What I may do, I guess, like for framing it and stuff, I will just sew on more fabric. So that's that. Okay, so that's the last of the whips, and then I have 3 starts. So I feel like I showed you this last week, but I don't know if I actually did or if I just showed you the image saying I was going to start it. I think I actually just showed you the image. So let me show you what it's going to look like. So this pattern is called Crafty Cat. It's from Pain Free Crafts. The artwork is by Bridget Ashwood, and this is what it's going to look like. Isn't it nice? It's beautiful. I love it. So in this piece, I put in, okay, never mind. I think I did do it before. Okay, well, you got to see it again because it's beautiful. That's where I am there. Sorry, I did not work on that this week. I got mixed up. Okay. Okay, so this one is a new start, for sure. Here's my iPad. This is called African Mammals. It was charted by Haid. The artwork is by Ciro Marchetti. Like I said, African Mammals. This is the max color version. It's not the supersized version. I know I was saying last week, I thought, I was a little confused last week because I was sure that I was convinced that I had purchased the supersized max color, but it's not. However, it's still very, very large. And this is what it will look like when it's done. So I don't know if this pattern is still available on Haid or not. And the reason I say that is because I saw that on Stitches So Beautiful, they now also have this, this image licensed from Ciro Marchetti. So It's called something else. It's not called African Mammals, but anyways, you can go check this out. So like I said, this is the max color version. I put in 653 stitches. I'm not ready to put this away yet. I would like to put in at least 1,000 stitches, but I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, so just a bunch of different browns. So 643 stitches, I'm at 0.2%. It's a long way to go. And it's, like I said, it's a lot of fabric. It's big. It's like 700 wide or something. So that was one. The second one. Okay. So much fabric. The second one, is called Cheeky. This is by Charting Creations. And it's the large version. So it's basically a supersize is what it is. And this is what it's going to look like. So it's an Alice in Wonderland piece. I just thought it was very cool. It's very different than, you know, any of my other projects. And I just thought it was fun. So I'm doing the, oh, I haven't been telling you like fabric sizes and stuff. If you're curious, let me know and I will give you that info. Sorry. This one is also being, most of my projects are on, a good number of my projects are on 25 count. And so is this one, 25 count, 2/1 half cross. And that's where I got. So I got 1,558 stitches. I'm at 0.22%. So I'm starting with the black. This whole corner is black. So basically what I did was I outlined, that's the green that you see. So this is all black. So I'm just doing that first because I don't need the tablet, right? I don't need Markup RXP to do that. So I will get that done first and then move on. So yeah, so that's that one. And finally, is it over there? Okay, so finally, sorry, I just had it this morning and then I couldn't find it for a second. So my next new start is called Lioness. This is a Heaven and Earth design. Do I have a picture of it actually? Let me pull it up on the iPad. So this is from Heaven and Earth Design. Who's the artist? Okay, so what it's going to look like when it's finished is this. It's beautiful. I love big cats. I love cats. I love cats. Big, small, whatever. So yes, I do have some lions. And I have leopards and tigers in my whips because I just love them. Anyway, so here it is. Too much stuff on my desk. I put in 948 stitches in this I'm at 0.42%. And that's what I've done so far. So similar to the Cheeky that I was just showing you, I did the green marks for where it was all 100% black. And I will do all that back and then I'll come and work on more. So this, the only reason I got this much done over a couple of different, there's some brown in there too. I don't know if you can see it, just in this block here. The rest of it's all black. The only reason I got that much done was because we were watching a movie, and so I just was sitting and doing the black 25 count. I can see it easy, so it's nice for that kind of thing, right? It's just fill in. So that's great. Now I have one. I won't make you sick yet. Or sorry, I hope I won't make you sick. So you can see there's nothing on it yet, but it has fabric ready. And oops. Oh, sorry. Hope I'm not making you sick. There we go. I'm starting another one today. Is it big cats? Yes, it is. It's actually a little cat and a big cat. And it is called Between the Past and the Future. This is what it'll look like when it's done. Who's this by? Oh, this is by editor Jose Rosa. And it is this from Stitches So Beautiful? Yes, it is. It's from Stitches So Beautiful. Like I said, by editor Jose Rosa. I know there is another Flosstuber that is stitching this as well. I'm sorry, I can't remember exactly who it is, but if it's you, put the comments down below so people can come check out your whip. So anyways, so yeah, so that's that. It won't be my last new start. I have several more projects that I want to start. You know, on the one hand, I'm like, I have so many projects, especially full coverage, that will take me years to do. But the thing is that I really love variety, and for me, it's a process. I just love the stitching, and I love the combination of colors, and I love how, you know, like on one project you might be working on blacks or browns, and the next one is bright pink, right? So I absolutely love this. So there are definitely some projects that I, you know, 100% I will finish them, even if it takes me 20 years. And then there are other projects that, you know, I enjoy stitching, but I wouldn't be heartbroken if I didn't get them finished. So anyway, so that's that. Milestone Manor, or my Hogwarts game, I've not worked on at all. I still have to work on the Cougar. I think I have to put in something like 1,300 stitches. Not sure if I'll get it done this week. It's just been, like I said, it's been a little bit crazy. But anyways, we're at an hour, so I'm gonna let you guys go. I hope that you've enjoyed this. I hope that you are coming to the retreat, or consider coming to the retreat. And let me know. Oh, actually, I have one thing. Sorry. There's one thing I would like some advice from you guys on. And yes, this is about another start. So this is a pattern. Remember I was telling you how the brag table, when you see the items on the brag table, you add to your wish list. Well, I saw this on the brag table, and so previously I had zero interest in doing this. And then I saw it completed on the brag table at last year's retreat, and I purchased it immediately. So this is a pattern by Vivsters. Sorry, one sec here. What's going on? Preview. And it is the Canadian flag. So I'm not going to start this right now. I may start this July 1st, Canada's birthday. But I have a question for you guys. So the fabric I bought for it, which was the same as the one that I had seen on the brag table, was just 25 count Lugana in the colorway Antique White. So it's just a plain white. But I also have this piece of fabric, which is an opalescent Ada. There you can kind of see the shine. And I was wondering whether I should do it on this to give the whole flag a bit of sparkle. What do you guys think? Leave me a comment. Let me know. What do you think I should do? Plain antique white or sparkly Ada? Let me know. All right, now that's truly all the stitching content. If you've stuck with me this long, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know that you've been here, that you stuck it out. If you enjoyed this video, I would love it if you would like and hit subscribe if you haven't already. And other than that, I'll see you in a week or 2 weeks. I don't know. We'll see what happens. And I hope that wherever you are in the world, that you are happy, healthy, safe, and enjoying lots of stitching time.